All right. I think we are live, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, everyone who is on Zoom and also on Facebook. We are very fortunate to have His Grace Bhadra Prabhu regularly guiding us on this wonderful virtual class organized by the ISKCON of Orlando. And today's topic is beautiful, talks about sambandha, abhideya, and prayojana. So, Prabhu, please do take us from here and guide us through. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you for allowing me to serve. Thank you for allowing me to be merciful on me to share something from the teachings of Lord Chaitanya to Sanatana Goswami. Let me first offer the pranam. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Tadhati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padanu Sahagana Sri Lalita Sri Vishakhavitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Dei Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchkalpataru Bhasya Kripa Sindhu Vyavacha Patitanam Pamnebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namaha Namam Vishnu Padara Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pacharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Namo Sambandha Krishna Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we celebrated Lord Advaita Acharya's appearance day. We celebrated Lord Nityananda's appearance day. And now the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya will be coming in this month, in March, on March 28. And this is an important celebration. Gaurang Mahaprabhu's appearance, Gaur Purnima, is important for us because he is the Yuga Avatar. He is for this age of Kali, is Yuga Avatar to give us the path to perfect our life. Perfection of life, how to perfect our life is given by Lord Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Radha Krishna. So I thought we can probably next couple of, I'm sure next 2-3 Sundays, there will be more talk about Lord Chaitanya before Gaur Purnima appear, celebrate Gaur Purnima. So I thought we can talk about his teaching to Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami is the one of the Goswamis out of 6 Goswamis. And Sanatana and Rupa Goswami, they both are the brothers. and they were exalted personalities. Sense they had a very material, they had a very high post in the government of this Nawab Hussain Shah. But they gave up this post and joined to Lord Chaitanya. And Sanatan Goswami met, I think, in Allahabad, Varanasi or Allahabad, somewhere. And Sanatan Goswami had Lord Chaitanya, he met Lord Chaitanya there. And Lord Chaitanya had given him teachings to Sanatan before he sends, Lord Chaitanya sends Sanatan to Vrindavan. So he talked about the three main topics, besides many other topics. Is the sambandha, abhideya, and prayojana. And it is said that all the Srimad Bhagavatam is categorized in these three is in three categories: sambandha, abhideya, and prayojana. Even the Srila Jiva Goswami also Sandarbha says that some of the shlokas are in the Srimad Bhagavatam are related to sambandha, some are related to abhideya, some are related to prayojana, or some are related to both or all three, or both sambandha, abhideya, or prayojana, like that. And also Lord Chaitanya gave the Siksastakam 8 verses. And in all these 8 verses, the first 5 verses convey sambandha jnana. And last 3 verses convey prayojana. And all the 8 verses, some verses convey abhideya. See? So this is an important topics to understand as a devotee. And to also to share this with others. Sambandha, he says. What is sambandha means? In the Hindi, when we say sambandha means the kisi ke saath sambandh means the relationship. Sambandha means the relationship. Now here when we talk the relationship with who? Relationship with Supreme. Means to find out, to know who am I, who is God, what is material nature, and how they have relationship amongst three. To know the relationship amongst three is a sambandha gyan, knowledge about the relationship. Abhideya is the once we know the relationship, then acting on it according to relationship. And the prayojana is to get results ultimately of that relationship. Get the results. See? So this is important. Srila Prabhupada used to give the example of the 2 businessmen in the world. When the 2 businessmen, when they want to do the business, when they want to do the business, first thing they want to make the good relationship, sambandha. What will be our product in this business? What is the proper vision of this business? That is the most important. Who will be our supplier? Who will be our customers? How to build a relationship with customers? So these are the business people will talk about it, sambandha, before they start business or when they do the business. But then once that is there, what is abhideya? Abhideya, well, they will do the business. And the prayojana is they will get profit. So in all these three, the vision should be very clear. The today's business world, when they start the business, they have very clear vision. How do you see yourself at present? And how do you yourself see in the future after 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? And how do you see your relationship with your customers? This is the vision. And this is the most important for us, for the business people. Take the example of the Starbucks, which is a coffee business. Now, in India, when someone is not able to do anything, they would say, just go sell coffee or tea. Just go set up the stall and sell coffee or tea, isn't it? If someone is able to do anything, just go set up the one stall. And this man is struggling so hard to survive by this tea or coffee. Same business is done by the Starbucks. It's just different coffees. And they have millions and billions and billions of dollars business. Why? Because their vision is very clear. Their vision is that this is their vision. They say, we are not in a coffee business serving people, but in people's business serving coffee. See? Means for them, the customer care is the most important. Serving coffee, different kind of coffee. Coffee is the same, is different ingredients are added ultimately. That's what it is. It's the same coffee. But because their vision is very clear, and their customer, their main important point is the serving the customer. And they make millions of dollar business because serving coffee gives great experience to the customer. That's what they want to see. You see. So in a bhakti also, sambandha gyan is most important. Sambandha gyan is important. Otherwise, if sambandha gyan is not there clear, then what happens? Devotees stay in the Kanishta Adhikari platform. Kanishta Adhikari platform means he has a faith, but he has not developed the relationship with the devotees. He doesn't have relationship with devotees. And in the chanting, the proper chanting, good chanting, to get to have the good chanting, we need that relationship with the devotees. Recent devotees will help in our chanting. So it's more important. So the essence, what is the essence of the sambandha gyan? Essence of the sambandha gyan is that one, and which is living entity's relationship with Krishna. Only one relationship of living entity, and that is with Krishna. No other relationship. Because relationship with Krishna is perfect, eternal, and loving relationship. And it is completely satisfying the heart. Any other relationships are temporary, imperfect, and bring source of misery in due course of time. So we are living entities trying to establish this sambandha relationship with other living entities, others in this material world. But what happens? It fails. It fails. So then he realizes that relationship with Krishna is the only good relation, is an eternal relationship. And this which bring me eternal happiness. This is the essence of the sambandha jnana. The Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, chapter 8, is about the Pingala prostitute. Pingala was the prostitute, and her life was to entice the people, allure the people, and have the sense gratification, gross sense gratification, and make money and live the life. That's what she was doing. But it happens that one day in the evening, she was nicely well dressed as every other day, nicely dressed, and she's sitting outside of her house and waiting for the customers to come. And she waited and waited and waited, and the customers, which are people who are passing by, her mind is thinking that, oh, he will come, he is a rich man, he will come. And the man doesn't come. So this way she is passing so much time up to the late night. She's keep waiting, going back and forth in her house, go in her house, come back, sit outside, go back, comes like this. And she's going on and on and on like that. But no customer came. Thinking, her mind is all time thinking that, oh, he will come. No, he will come. Nobody came. So finally, Krishna is within the heart of all living entities. And Krishna within the heart gave her the knowledge, intelligent. And she's chanting this shloka, which is the 11th canto, 8th chapter, text 31. And it says, Santam samipe ramanam rati pradam, vitta pradam nityam, imam vihaya, akamadam dukha, bhayadi shoka, moha pradam tuch aham bhajekya. She says that I am such a fool that I have given up the service to that person who is being eternally situated within my heart, is the actual most dear to me. That most dear one is the Lord of the universe, who is the bestower of real love and happiness and the source of prosperity. Think of it. Prostitute is this is prostitute. Pingala is talking. That the Lord within my heart is my real love. He is the really who is the source of prosperity, who is the real love, and he is the real he's really bestower of the happiness to me. But what did I do? She said, I have completely neglected him. Instead, I have ignorantly served insignificant man who can never satisfy my real desire. And what these people had given me, what did I get from these people? And what happened? What did I brought simply myself? I brought simply myself. I brought with me, who has simply brought me, what they brought me? Unhappiness, fear, anxiety, lamentation, and illusion. This is what they have given. See. So Pingala allured customer to make money. And she wanted a long relationship also with the customers, but she didn't receive it. She tried to gain love from the customers, but she did not receive it. Of course, her endeavor was for the gross relationship, gross sense gratification. And there is subtle sense gratification, which is the name, fame, profit, distinction, address, and recognition. But ultimately, everybody is looking for love. Ultimately, everybody wants, not everybody wants to have like a cats, dogs, camel, and asses. Everybody is looking for a long-term relationship. Everybody is looking for love deep within the heart. And she was looking for that. She didn't get it. So what she did? This is what she did. Vitta Pradam, prosperity giver. Rati Pradam, actually lover of the lover, love or pleasure giver. And she said, this love giver is actually sitting within my heart. But where I was looking for outside. I was looking outside. But he's right within my heart. Source of prosperity, giver, is there within my heart, she said. So this is what she said, I was looking for the search for love in other living entities and things. And this is what is happening in material world. People are looking for love from other living entities and for the things, material, so many material things people get to gain the love, but they cannot get it because it's a wrong direction. And what I received misery, fear, mental distress, and lamentation. But in reality, he is within my heart. It's just question of connecting with. Because he is the object of love. He's the object of love. Krishna is the only object of love. And this is the message of all the scriptures. You know, the Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all the Vedas. And the 10th canto is the essence of all Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? And Srila Prabhupada summarized that 10th canto in the form of the Krishna book. See, he summarized it in the Krishna book. And in Krishna book's preface, in the preface of this Krishna books, he writes that the art of focusing one's attention on the Supreme and giving one's love to him is called Krishna consciousness. Again, the art of focusing one's attention on the Supreme and giving one's love to him is called Krishna consciousness. And then he says that if we concentrate our loving propensities upon Krishna, only then immediately universal love, unity, and tranquility will be automatically realized. Amazing sentence, isn't it? He says that if our concentrate our loving propensity to Krishna, propensity on Krishna, then the universal love, unity, and tranquility will arise automatically. This is Srila Prabhupada is saying in Krishna book. So now what about serving others? Question might be arise, well, what about serving others? Others people, there is a lot of services are going on, philanthropical works are going on. What about that? That is also sambandha gyan. But then Krishna says in same 11th canto, 5 chapter, text 41, he says, Devarsi bhutapta nrinam pitranam naking karo nayam rinicha rajan sarvatmanaya saranam saranyam gato mukundam paririt kartam. He says that this is the shloka on the 11th canto. He says that one who has given up all material duties has taken the shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, who is offered shelter to all, is not indebted to demigods, is a demigod, great sages, ordinary living entities, relatives, friends, mankind, or even one's forefathers who have passed away. Say, if such all living entities are part and parcel of the Lord, and one who has surrendered to the Lord's service, he doesn't need to serve such persons separately. So the point is that person who has taken the shelter of the surrender to the Mukunda, Supreme Lord, he doesn't need to surrender. There is no obligation to serve. Of course, that doesn't mean we discard them. The point is that we love them, we respect them, we have feelings for them. It is there, but there is no obligation to serve them. Otherwise, we are indebted to demigods. Demigods are providing everything to us. Lord Indra is providing rain, sun is providing the light and the heat, moon is providing the soothing effect. So we are indebted to all of them. But when we are serving, when we have taken the shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, who is the giver of liberation, then all of them are also the part and parcel of the Lord. So if we serve the Lord whole, then we don't need to serve. We have no obligation. So then question might be asked, now what about the things of this world? Right? All the resources we have. So what should we do? Then it says that utilize things to reestablish with Krishna our relationship. Whatever we have, all the things we have, use in the service of the Lord. Right? And that's what Rupa Goswami said. Nirbandha Krishna sambandha yukta vairagi uchate. Right? Use everything in service of the Lord. And when we use the things in the service of the Lord, then what happens? Everything becomes spiritual. Example is given microphone. Microphone is used to sing, sing the film songs, Bollywood songs, or the same microphone can be used in the service of the Lord. When it is used in the service of the Lord, then it becomes spiritual. Spiritual vibration causes. You see. So the things which we have, use in the service of the Lord. And that is also said in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 2nd chapter, text 36. In accordance with the particular nature one has acquired in conditional life, whatever one does with body, words, mind, senses, intelligence, or purified consciousness, one should offer to Supreme, thinking that this is for the pleasure of the Lord Narayan. Because ultimately everything is the energy of the Lord. Five senses. I mean, five the gross material and three subtle, right? Earth, fire, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligent, ego, right? Ultimately, they are everything in the material world is made up of these five 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Right? 5 elements. So ultimately, they all have the energy of the Lord, provided by the Lord. It's used in service. Then he says that in the same Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 9th chapter, he says that after many, many births and deaths, one achieves the rare human form of life, which, although temporary, affords one the opportunity to attain the highest perfection. Thus, a sober human being should quickly endeavor for the ultimate perfection of life, as long as his body, which is always subject to death, has not fallen down and died. After all, sense gratification is available even in the most abominable species of life, whereas Krishna consciousness is possible only for the human being. Now the question is, what about other devotees? What about devotees? Because wait, you said in the beginning, you said that our loving relationships only with Krishna, right? Krishna is the object of love, we said. So what about the devotees then? What about devotees? So then, what about devotees? So he said that devotees are the only way to reestablish our relationship to Krishna. Right? Consider, we came to Krishna consciousness. Did we come just like that? No. Someone gave us a books. We saw someone and they were chanting on the street and we heard the holy name. Right? Or we went to the temple and we had a prasadam. Right? So there are many different ways, but who was the main? Is the devotees. And this devotees association is very rare. Same thing is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, chapter 2. Durlabho manus deho, the human birth is very rare. Dehinam Krishna Bhangure, tatrapi durlabham manye, Vaikuntha Priya Darshanam. So it is difficult to have it is rare to have the association of the devotees, pure devotee of the Lord. See. This is the Nimi Maharaj is telling to 9 Yogendras. He's saying. So through the devotees we have come in contact with Krishna or Krishna consciousness. So devotee relationship, association with devotee is most important. This is a quote from His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj. It's a classic quote. He said that the Krishna is our only friend, right? But person who connects us with Krishna is our real friend. Krishna is our only friend, but person who connects us with Krishna is our real friend. He's our real friend. See? And this is the perfect way to convey the sambandha gyan. If you have a tree and tree's roots are pulled out from the soil, and if we try to water that tree, what's going to happen? The water is not going to reach to the roots, right? But the same tree, when it is in the soil, connected with the soil. And when we water the soil, then what happens? The water goes to the root, and the tree flourishes, the flowers and the fruits. So the soil is the via media. So similarly, devotee is the via media in our spiritual life to go to reach to the root. And who is the root? Root is the Krishna. See. So through devotees we establish our loving relationship. And this is the way to see our Vaishnava relationship. Vaishnava helps to reconnect with Krishna. Take an example. I have no desire to chant the holy name. I don't have a taste to chant the holy. No desire. No desire is that I have no taste. Right? Now, when I don't have a taste in chanting the holy name, then what happens? But if someone who lives a nice by the heart, he lives a nice kirtan, ecstatic kirtan, then what happens? This Prabhu is chanting right now. What happens? Huh? I develop the taste in the chanting the holy name, right? I have no attraction for the deities, let's say. But if someone dresses nicely, gorgeously, the deities, and I get attracted to have a darshan of the deities. Then what happens? I build a relationship with the deities, with the Lord. So the person who does that, we have that relationship with that person, those devotees. And that is the Vaishnava relationship. Not because someone is giving me, someone is doing so and so, one devotee is doing so and so I have a relationship. No. The devotees who are actually reconnecting to us, who inspire us in our devotional service. That is the Vaishnava relationship. And that's why Vaishnava relationship is important in the spiritual life. See. Now what about the sambandha with other people? Question might be raised. Right? So then he says same in the Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto. It says, Ishvaratad adidheneshu baliseshu dvisastu scha prema maitri kripopeksha ya karoti sa madhyama. To come from the Kanishta Adhikari to Madhyam Adhikari, the Madhyam Adhikari see what he sees. He sees the four things. He with the Lord he loves, right? With the devotees, with the Lord he wants to have a loving relationship. With the devotees, he wants to have friendship. With innocent, he wants to be merciful. And to the envious people, he disregards. This is the sambandha jnana. And this is the madhyam adhikari follows. So, see. So when the sambandha gyan is clear, then Kanishta Adhikari reaches to the Madhyama Adhikari platform. And when the sambandha gyan is crystal clear, then next step is abhideya. Abhideya means the performing a devotional service, means chanting. And what is the devotional service in this Kali Yuga? That is also mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna Varnam Prasad Krishnam Sangopangasta Parshadam Jagyar Sankirtan Prayer Yajantihi Sumedasha. They chanting the holy name of the Lord, Sankirtan, is the abhideya process in this age of Kali. But is it easy to chant the holy name and require taste? No, because the sambandha gyan is not clear. And that's why abhideya is difficult. If the sambandha is very crystal clear, then abhideya will be is not difficult. So how can we develop the taste for chanting? Three things. One is the determination. Second is the serving the devotees. And the third is by hankering for developing a taste for chanting the holy name, hankering for it, hankering for the taste to chant the holy name. Hankering, crying, hankering. These are the three things brings us, develops the taste. So when the sambandha is clear, then we crave to chant the holy name. And that chanting the holy name will develop our relationship with the Lord. See? And it is mentioned again in Srimad Bhagavatam. How to associate with devotees. This is important in the abhideya process. We should learn how to associate with devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying. As devotees thus develop their loving friendship, they feel mutual happiness and satisfaction. And by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up material sense gratification, which is the cause of this suffering. Srila Prabhupada sometimes used to say that sometimes he would say the Krishna conscious process is very easy. And sometimes he would say Krishna conscious process is very difficult. So when he says Krishna conscious process is very easy, what he meant is that it's related to sambandha gyan. If the sambandha gyan is very clear, understanding is clear, sambandha gyan is clear, then Krishna conscious process is easy. But when he meant Krishna conscious process is difficult, means that when abhideya is not clear, then Krishna conscious process is difficult. See. Now, the abhideya gyan is not a abhideya knowledge. Abhideya process is not, it's like a rosy picture. On our path, the whole roses are spread and it's easy. No, it's not easy. There is also rocky roads comes along the way, isn't it? Because we know Krishna loves unconditionally. Right? When someone loves unconditionally means someone also forgive unconditionally. Right? But the abhideya gyan is abhideya is how I please Krishna. Krishna loves me. Krishna loves unconditionally. But how am I gonna show my love to Krishna? And that is by pleasing him. See. But then the question arises that Krishna loves me, but I have no love for Krishna. So then that comes through the devotee association by hearing and chanting. Pleasing Krishna is not easy. Why not easy to please Krishna? Because of the anarthas, unwanted things within our heart. False ego. I am this body. Everything related to me is mine. Instead of loving Krishna, I try to love many other things in the world because of the false ego. Material desires. I don't have a right attitude is the most important. And attitude is connected with offenses. Right attitude is not there because of I commit offenses at the feet of the Vaishnavas or other offenses. See. So free from the offenses means right attitude. And that is required, that is necessary to be humble. And Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto says that we should pay obeisances, not just the devotees, but also the chandala, cow, dog, full-fledged obeisances. So, and because the sambandha jnana is not clear, then what happens? Devotee fall into depression. If we are in touch with the sambandha jnana, then there is no question of falling into depression. And if we are in touch with abhideya jnana, is chanting, hearing, associating with devotees, then there is no question of pride. Devotee usually faces two obstacles: depression and pride. So if the sambandha jnana is clear, abhideya jnana is clear, then there is no question of depression, there is no question of pride. See? So if the sambandha and abhideya are there, then prayojana is automatically comes, is achieved. If the sambandha and abhideya properly attained, then the prayojana is there. And what is the prayojana? Prayojana is 11th canto, 2nd chapter, text 45. He says, Sarva bhuteshu ya pashyet bhagavad bhavam atmanah bhutani bhagavati atmani eshe bhagavato tama. The most advanced devotee sees within everything the soul of all souls, the supreme person of God is Krishna. Consequently, he sees systematically everything in relation to the Supreme Lord and understands that everything that exists is eternally situated within the Lord. So he sees all living entities and everything within the world, everything which is in the material world, he sees in relation to Krishna. So these are some of the points about this. And then in the prayojana, he experiences ecstasy, which is another experiences ecstasy in the prayojana. Because he sees everything in relation to Krishna. He has understood the sambandha abhideya. See. So we worship for the sambandha. We usually worship the deity for worshipping sambandha is the Radha Madan Mohanji. Deity for worshipping the abhideya. Abhideya knowledge is the Sri Govind Devji. And deity for the prayojana is Sri Radha Gopinath. Radha Govind Devi, Guru Radha Govind is exactly like the Shiksha Guru, it says. He is the original preceptor. For Govind Ji gives us the instruction, opportunity to serve him. Diksha Guru is the personal manifestation of Sri Madan Mohan. And Gopinath is the ultimate attraction of spiritual realization. And this is they give the instruction Lord Chaitanya gave to Sri Sanatana Goswami. Deity for the Sambandha is Madan Mohan. Deity for the Abhideya is Sri Govind Devji, Radha Govind Devji. And deities for the prayojana is Sri Radha Gopinath. And it says that the Sanatana Goswami, by receiving the mercy of Radha Madan Mohanji and by studying the writings of Sambandha Acharya Srila Sanatana Goswami, a devotee will attain Sambandha Gyan or knowledge of one's spirituality and his eternal relationship with his Krishna. Srila Prabhupada says that Madan Mohan, Sanatana Goswami's deity, helps us progress in Krishna consciousness. In the execution of Krishna consciousness, our first business is to know Krishna and our relationship with him, which we can learn by worshipping Madan Mohan Vigraha. And Srila Rupa Goswami is the Acharya of Abhideya. And reveals how to execute devotional service. His deity Radha Govindaji accepts service and gives inspiration for increasing surrender on the path of Bhakti Yoga. And as you know, Rupa Goswami wrote many different books. And the Sri Raghunath Das Goswami is our prayojana acharya. Gopinath deity is Krishna is the master and proprietor of the gopis, the totally surrendered devotees. That Gopinath deity represents the prayojana tattva, truth about life's ultimate goal, pure love for Krishna. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami accepts the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami as his highest aspiration. He thus reveals the way to attain the perfection of one's loving relationship with Krishna through humble prayers and service to Radha Gopinath deity, and by imbibing the teachings and mercy of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, a devotee can quickly advance in devotional service and ultimately attain the goal of life, Prema Bhakti. And then there are different slokas are there for Sambandha. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Chaitanya Adi Lila 6.86. It says, Chaitanya Re Das Mohi Chaitanya Re Das, Chaitanya Re Das Mohi Tare Das Re Das. I am the servant of Lord Chaitanya, servant of Lord Chaitanya. I am a servant of Lord Chaitanya. I am a servant of his servants. And for Abhideya, it is in Harinam Chintamani by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He says, Das apradhayena hridayena pase kripa kare Mahaprabhu maji navat rase. O Mahaprabhu, please be merciful to me so that the 10 offenses never touch my heart and I can always remain absorbed in the rasa of holy name. And the prayojana is from the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, chapter 20, text 37. And he says, Pramadhana vina vyartha daridra jivana dasakari vetana more deha pramadhana. Without love of Godhead, my life is useless. Therefore, I pray that you accept me as your servant and give me the salary of ecstatic love of God. And then Krishnadas Kaviraj writes of Chaitanya Charitamrita, he writes in Adi Lila 8, chapter text 1. Vande Chaitanya Devam tam bhagvantam yadi chaya prasabham nartyate chitram lekh ranga jadopya. I offer my respect to the Supreme Person of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by whose desire I have become like a dancing dog and suddenly taken to the writing of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, although I am a fool. So these are the few points I thought is important for us to think about it. Guru Purnima is coming up, and I thought I can share these few points with you. Thank you for allowing me to serve all of you. Thank you. Thank you for giving me opportunity to serve. Any question, any comments?
Even on the Zoom, have a question or comment, mute yourself. Checking on Facebook. While others think, I have one question, Prabhu. So you mentioned our ultimate goal is to have a relationship with Krishna, but more than that, the most important thing is a relationship with the devotees. I mean, yes, it's easy for us to see the importance of relationship with Krishna, but a lot of times practically it is more difficult to maintain relationship with the devotees because of, I mean, ego or other anarthas which will cause that. So how we can, or I don't know what we need to do to push our mind, no, this is more important.
Well, we know we can go in front of the deities and deities standing there, right? And we can say anything to deity, it is not going to react to us, so we don't care about it. But when we say something to devotees, we're going to hear back from them, right? So that's where we have to learn to be humble. Because everyone is who are coming to Krishna consciousness, they are not ordinary personalities, they're exalted personalities. That's why they are chanting holy name, right? And everybody has their own, everybody's offering their service according to their realizations, right? So it is difficult sometimes because of our false ego. Ultimately, it's a false ego. Our false ego is the main problem. False ego is a mafia. Is a mafia. See? And false ego is the one is guiding the mind, because mind just accepts and rejects. So mind is accepting the false ego's desires, all desires. And then the mind and the false ego, they combine together and they work on the intelligent. And intelligent find the ways to do the things. So it is ultimately the false ego. That's what comes in the way. So we have to put the false ego on the side when we are dealing with, I mean, with everyone, but particularly with the devotees. So, and it's difficult. Everyone is difficult. In society, particularly, it's more difficult. And because of that, we have tendency to judge people. Sometimes we don't know the whole situation of the other person, other devotee, and we just make the judgment. That there was a famous book of Professor Covey, Seven Habits of the, what was the book called? Seven Habits of the,
highly
there was one book.
The 7 Habits of the Highly Effective People.
Yes. And the one person, the person was going in the train in the New York. And the one person got into train, with 3 or 4 kids. And they are sitting, this person is sitting in the train, and he saw this person with the 3 or 4 kids, and those 3 or 4 kids were not behaving properly, So the person who was sitting, he was thinking, can't he take care of his kids here? We are going in the train here together, and this is the way the person is acting. So this person asked to that person who's were their kids, and asked that, why can you take care of your kids? He said, I'm sorry, but I just came from the hospital and their mother just died. And these are little kids. Now, this person didn't know about it, right? So he started to make the judgment about the people, about him. But when he heard it, then he said, I'm sorry for it. So sometimes we have a tendency to make the judgment on the devotees. It is very important to not to judge. Who we are to judge, who am I to judge? Everybody has relationship with the Lord, between them and the Lord. What do I have to judge for? Yeah, as an authority, we have to talk with the. That doesn't mean we just go on everything just like topsy-turvy, just let it go. No, it's not like that. As authority, we have to talk. Communication is there, but we have to be careful. And it's difficult, but hey, that's what the lesson we learn. That's why Srila Prabhupada created society. So we can be very careful, and we can learn to be humble, learn to become humble, right? When we are humble, then we are able to chant holy name easily. Isn't it? It's not easy for me to. It's easy for me to say, but it's the same applied to me also. I hope that answered the question.
Yes, Prabhuji. Definitely don't judge. We don't know the situation of the others, why they are behaving. If we at least even ask this question to ourselves before we behaving and reacting in a different, and that will change our perspective of treating others. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And of course, if you have relationship, if you have close relationship with that devotee, then we can ask, we can talk.
Right.
Relationships, then we can talk and ask, what's happening with you? Something is going wrong, something is happening in your life, something in family. That's why this way I see sometimes, I see some behavior seem to be, not in a judgment mood, but in a helping mood. It's a well-wisher of his well-wisher to ask. Say, okay, I hope that answers the question.
Thank you.
Any other question?
Hare Krishna, Bhadra
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Humberto, go ahead. Am I pronouncing right?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, thank you so much for the practical applications. As I am learning more about Krishna and about the scriptures, I think that your way to present the topic and the subject was very pertinent in a logical manner. So I do presume that we have a copy of the class on a video so I can make reference. And if I can humbly ask you perhaps to share your notes on this topic, I don't know if that has been asked or if we can request that, because you mentioned the scriptures and certain references. So definitely sometimes I don't know where to look at, but the way that you present it is very logical. And the two things, the depression and the ego, the false ego,
Right.
are things that
Right.
affect us. So I just want to make sure that I understand it and I follow what you have taught us, so I can be aware of those things in my life.
Yeah, because if the sambandha gyan is very clear, who am I, my relationship with the Lord, what is prakriti, how the Prakriti's relationship with the Lord, why I have relations with all of them, plus the things which is in the material world, utilize service of the Lord, how other devotees relationship, my relationship with devotees, how do I see other innocent, how do I see innocent, how do I treat envious, how do I with the devotees, how my friendship, how my with the Lord is the love. These are the different relations. This is sambandha gyan. If that is very clear, then there is no question of depression. But that is not clear within the heart, so that's why there is depression. And then abhideya is the chanting the holy name. That is the yoga dharma. But the point is that chanting is not done very clearly because of the not right attitude. And not right attitude means the offenses. See? So that what happens, we do something good, then right away we are proud. Oh, I led a good kirtan. I led a big, Bhadra gave a good class. Bhadra's ego goes up. See? And that brings the pride, that I'm proud of myself. But no, I'm just the mercy of the Lord. I'm just an instrument representing whatever Srila Prabhupada has given, putting together and sharing with others. See? So that's where, and this is what devotees are facing. So this is important.
Thank you,
I
Prabhu.
hope that helps. No problem.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Any other questions, comments? Where is our Dvapayan today? He's not there? I can't hear you.
Sorry, he might be busy in some of the services in temple.
I see. I see. And where is Aritrana is not there either.
He was there.
Okay.
He was there. He was there.
Okay.
Hare Krishna,
Brahmaji has some question.
Yes, Prabhu.
Go
Prabhu,
ahead.
you spoke about sambandha, you explained about abhideya. Thank you so much. Can you just talk a little bit about prayojana also, or is it just the result and we are not ready to listen to it right now? People like me.
No, the prayojana is as we discuss in the business person. We discuss that when the two persons are doing the business, right?
Yes.
They have very clear
Yes.
vision, that is sambandha, right? And then when they do the business is the abhideya. And now when they do the business, then prayojana is the profit. Right? In the business, just general on that example Srila Prabhupada gave.
Yeah.
So similarly, when we have a sambandha, when we know the sambandha gyan, and when we know the abhideya gyan, abhideya means the following, doing the actually performing devotional service. And when we do the devotional service with abhideya gyan, then what happens? Prayojana is ultimately establishing our loving relationship with the Lord. That is the prayojana. So that's automatically comes.
Okay.
Right?
So it's the
Prayojana
end
means to
result.
love Krishna.
Okay.
Yes, it's the end result.
So we don't need to.
But that's why sambandha and abhi. Go ahead.
So we don't need to worry about it. Just if we get good understanding of sambandha and do proper abhideya, then the result is prayojana.
Yes.
We don't need to do anything for
It's
it.
come
If we do the first
automatically.
two right.
Right. Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because the sadhana and sadhya are the same. Sadhana and sadhya are the same. In the material world, you have to actually perform the act and then you get the profit. But in the spiritual life, just chanting Hare Krishna, taking prasadam, associating with devotees, hearing Krishna Katha, that will automatically take us to prayojana. That automatically will bring our relation with Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Welcome.
Okay, anybody else? If not, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much once again coming to the class and educating us. Looking forward to see you again whenever your schedule allows. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ishra Prabhupada.
Jai Hare Krishna.